Hey everyone, just going to run you through the work that I did this week out here in Afghanistan. On Monday and Tuesday, I decided I was going to test my everyday maxes for the squat and then the bench on Tuesday. Well, I kind of got a little overzealous on the bench and went heavier than what I really should have, but nonetheless, on each day, I set a new all-time 1 rep max, and so I feel good about that. I haven't tested the squat and bench in probably about 6 months or so, so really just wanted to see where I was at without really pushing myself too hard. And this is 425 on Monday, and it's 5 pounds more than I've ever squatted. I've done 420 for 3 before, but I'm really not one to test and shoot for 1 rep maxes very frequently. I'd rather just develop my 2 or 3 or 5 rep, whatever it is, max, and as long as those are moving up, then I know my 1 rep max is moving up. So that's 435 right there. That's a 15-pound all-time PR. It went pretty well. It was decently fast, maybe a little bit heavy for an everyday max, so maybe 420 or 415 would be a good choice for an everyday max, so that way I could maintain some good rep speed and rep quality. And so I do my planned for work for the day, which is working up in 5 sets of 4. This is 375 for a set of 4. I was pretty exhausted by this point in time, so my descent is pretty slow. And by the time I get to the 3rd and 4th rep, I have a little bit of chest collapse. And so that's something that I've been working on ever since I've been out here. And this is a noticeable improvement compared to where I was at just a matter of 6 or 8 months ago. So the squat is coming along slowly but surely. It's not progressing as fast as my bench, which is right now blowing my other lifts out of the water. But hey, you can't do well on everything all at once. So I did my back off front squats on Monday. Now we get to Tuesday. Again, I'm going to test my everyday max. And like I said before, I got a little overzealous on this. And I think part of it was that I really just wanted to get a new PR. And the most I've ever done is 315 for 3, all touch and go. So that was 315 with a okay pause, a little bit of a bounce on the chest. And this is 325. This is a 10-pound PR over the most I've ever benched. And the pause was pretty short. And unfortunately, the last inch or two, my elbows kind of gave out on me. And it just dropped a little bit, and so it wasn't as controlled as I would like. And my elbows lately have been pretty beat up, and that's probably because of my recent shift back to low bar squatting. So to alleviate that, I'm going to incorporate more curls into my program because that's helped me before with this same problem. But I'm also going to try to tinker with my squat grip so I can just make sure that my elbow soreness is not going to interfere with my bench progress, because the progress I'm making on my bench right now is awesome and I don't want to do anything to slow it down. So I did my plan for work of slingshot and then my plan for work of back off sets on Tuesday. This year is Wednesday. I work up in 5 sets of 4 on the 2-inch deficit deadlifts. The last 2 sets, my hands were pretty worn out. So on this 415 for 4, I put the straps on. Wasn't really feeling that well this week because I think I got food poisoning on Sunday or something like that, and it kind of affected me all the way up until Thursday or Friday. So after those deadlifts, I get to my back off squats, and this is 285 for 10 sets of 2. These are all moving fast, pretty quick. I think my body's adapting to that new wider stance squatting. It's not really wide, but it's definitely wider than what it was before. This is Thursday's military press, 170 for 4 military presses, slowly creeping along. But I'm not really holding my breath to see a 1 rep max progress on that. It's kind of a finicky lift for me. So it is what it is. Do the back off work, 10 sets of 2 with 195 paused on the close grip bench. Get to Friday, here's my front squat. And the front squat, it's making progress. Really slow progress, but it's coming together. And a lot of that has to do with my flexibility, my mobility, my thoracic spine, and my triceps, making sure I'm stretching those out before I squat. This is 285 for a set of 4, and the most I've ever done this is 5. Pretty fresh. So 4 in a fatigued state is pretty good for me. The progress of my front squat, I attribute it to doing it twice a week, and the more frequent practice means getting more volume in, and those two combined means you're going to get better at your lifts. So the more frequently you do something and the more of it you do, you're going to get better. It's almost inevitable. So I did the back off deadlifts with 295 for 10 sets of 2 on a 2-inch deficit. Felt pretty good. And then get to Saturday, today, worked up to 295 for 4 on the bench, did the first rep paused, and the rest of them were touch and go. The elbows today were feeling pretty damn sore. So I'm just thankful that I got those 295 reps as well as I did. Did the back off work, 10 sets of 2 with 125 on the military press, really just trying to throw it through the ceiling as fast as I can. So that's this week. Thanks for watching. I'll keep you posted.